Hi, Colleen here. I just wanted to show you a little card that I taught, not last year, I think it was the year before in one of my craft classes, and I just wanted to share it with you today. I've rejigged it so that it can be made on a 5.5 by 4.25 inch card, but the usual card that I would use would be a 6 by 4. So when you open it up, you've got this lovely little greeting inside, which I think is really cute, and that comes from the Operation Smile stamp set. This one here, Animal Greetings, and I've used the little bear that says I love you so much I can barely stand it. That's the one we'll be using today. And also from our stamp of the month, which is Beloved Bouquet, I've taken the Valentine's Day. Seeing as Valentine's next month, I thought we would get a head start on making some cards for it. Right, so it's a very easy little card to do. You just have to get your proportions right and you'll be fine. You can use a belly band to close it, but I've used just a little oval today that I've cut out and stuck on with some hearts. So let's get started. Right, now just to show you how versatile the cards can be, I've taken just a plain Colonial White card. I haven't folded it, even though you can see the score line down the centre. I'm going to just rub that flat, as flat as I can get it, and then I'm going to bring in the scoreboard, because once the card's put together you won't see that at all, so that'll be, it's not that big a issue. So our first score line will be at 2 1/8, and our second one will be at 6 3/8. And we're going to burnish and fold our score lines. Now I've already cut and prepared these two. Our matting measures 1 7/8 by 5 1/4, and our front panel measures 1 5/8 by 5 inches, and they'll just go straight onto the front of the card. I seem to still be in holiday mode. I've got to get myself out of it and back into doing this every week. But it's so hard. Rightio. So there we have it. So at this point it's just a simple gatefold card. Oh, I think I need some. There, that's better. So that could be used for anything. You can put a panel inside and write on it and have a panel on the front, but that's your simple gatefold using a standard note card. Next up we're going to, excuse me, our piece for the centre. Where have I put it? So this piece here, this measures 3 inches by 5 1/2. Excuse me. And we're going to attach a piece of cardstock which is 5 1/4 by 2 3/4 inches. So we'll just attach that to the front. Right. Now on the back, I've prepared it earlier, we're going to make a mark at 1 1/2 and 1 1/2 inches on the 3-inch side and 2 3/4 on the 5 1/2 inch side, and that will set a point for the middle of the card. I've already cut out a circle, and I don't know if you can see it, but I've actually folded it so I could have it so it's centre in the card. And then we're going to bring in the trusty old faithful Princess Wyatt. Right, and taking a die cut, turn some light up here. Should have done that before. We're going to place that over the top of our circle because it's the same size. Lay it on so you can feel that it's a snug fit. Come on, don't be tricksy. There we are. No, this is going to give me the jippy. I will use my ever trusty faithful. A little bit of washi tape if it gives you jip. I think it's because I folded it, but I wanted to get that perfect. There we go. Now it's right. No, it's not. This is being ever so tricksy. Oh, that'll do. Don't move. Put our top plate on and run it through the rickshaw. And what comes out the other side? There's a nice little hole. What I might do is put the circle back on, because I want that buffered edge. Oh, that might be difficult. That's probably trimmed too far to two. Anyway, we'll move this out of the way now. There we are, and there's our centre panel. Now before we go any further with that, gosh, I've got that off skewed. Now on here we have our little shutter pieces, and they measure 3 inches by 3 1/4. On the 3 1/4 inch side you're going to measure 3/8 of an inch. And you do that on both of them. Then we'll turn them over, and taking a ruler, we're going to line it up on our mat, and you're going to mark up at 1 1/8 an inch, which is about, is that right? Let me read my instructions. Yep, 1 1/8. So that, I should mark it with a ruler so you can see it better. So 1 1/8 is here. So just going to mark it 1 1/8. Draw a line across. And then because it's 3 inches wide, we'll make a mark at 1 1/2 inches. We'll do that on both of them. I tried many different sizes, but the 1 1/8 seemed to give me the perfect coverage that I needed. Rightio, so I'll line that up on a line. Cha-ching! Always a good work. It's a good day when you don't have to think too much. There we are. So that's in the centre. Now we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut from there to there on both sides to form the shutter. So there's one. A bit crooked. Oh dear. So that's our 2 shutters. So we're going to just burnish and fold these little bits here. Doesn't matter about the pencil mark. I mean, if you wanted to, you could rub it off, but it's not that bad. Now, in here, where this is going to lay on, which I actually a bit off centre, I was not paying attention. Where this lays on here, I'm actually going to place my little bear into the centre so that he's central. So let's put a bit of, I was going to say glad behind him. Now I've coloured him in using the shin hand markers. So I shall line this up. So if I line this up, I need to get this at, if I line that up on the 1/2 inch line, and I need to put this in at between the 3 and the 6. That'll give me the center point. And we'll put our little bear in. See how it covers over where the score line is? Now, in order to get these in the right position, we're going to come down and mark that at 1 1/4 inches. So on here we will mark 1 1/4 inches. So a little mark there, and a little mark there, and that will give us our point where that will have to fit. So as you can see, it covers over the top of the little bear. So we'll do that, make the marks on the other side, and then put our shutter pieces in. Now when you're going to put them in, you need to use a stronger adhesive than tape runner, just because it's a mechanism and it's going to be pulled all the time. You need something a bit stronger. So I'm going to use a little bit of Martape today, even though it's a bit wide. I'll just fold the other bit back on itself. Or I could trim it off, which probably isn't a bad idea. That's one. This tape's just, because it's nice and wide, it just seems to adhere better. The wider the tape, the stronger the bond. Right, so we'll peel the back off our tape. Now this is the trick. You just lay it between those 2 points. So this side of the fold line, I don't know if you can see, there's the fold line there, so you lay it just to this side of it, between the 2 points, and then you fold your card over. When you bring it up, there it is there. So we'll do the same on this side. Just lay it between the 2 points. So it's this side of the score line. So not right on it, but just slightly back from it. And then fold over. And with a bit of luck, our pieces should line up evenly. It's very hard to show you, but there they are. So what we're going to do next is add some tape to the top and bottom. I have seen this done, and I have done it with the 3D foam squares, but it makes the card much more difficult to close. So that's why you need a belly band around it, but I wanted mine to sit a little bit flatter today. Now we will just pull these off, line it back up with the teddy bear. So just one end. Now take your little flaps, fold them over, fold the other end up, and Bob's your uncle. Ta-da! And that's how I put that together. Except I made a few mistakes, but I'll have to live with it. Now I've just taken a, oh, I don't even know what size this is. It is a 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 by 3/4 inch oval, and I've just stamped the greeting onto that to put onto the front of the inside of the card underneath the little bear. And then over here I just want to put the Happy Valentine, and this oval measures 2 inches by 1 3/8 of an inch. And on this I'm just going to put down like this half here on the back, just a piece of tape, and then finish the rest off with a bit of the, because I want it just to sit only halfway on. If I go right across, it will stick it. There we are. So there's that bit, and a little bear inside. And I've punched out of 2 hearts. I had some old CM punches and I thought, yep, they'll do. But you can cut them from the Cricut. That's purely up to you. And I'm just going to use a couple of foam little, like, I don't even know how to do that. Probably 1 centimetre. Gosh, probably even smaller than that. Very thin, the thin foam anyway. 3D foam. And just see it. That one down there. And this one here I want to use as a locking so that it will tuck. This will tuck underneath. So I should just put them. Gosh, it gets confusing, doesn't it? Nope, that's the right spot. Put those there. Peel off the backs. Put that about there. So that it just holds the card in place, and then they can open it like that. And then when you want to close it, just tuck that back in. So I hope you enjoyed this little project today. I think it's rather a sweet little card. You can use anything on the inside, that's just up to you. I just chose to use the little bear because I thought it was cute, and it sort of went really well with the Valentine. Yeah, so like I said, it's a gorgeous little stamp set. Do excuse me, I've got stuff everywhere now. It's from Full Operation Smile, and when you buy one of these, I've forgotten how much money goes, but money goes from here to Operation Smile to help children with cleft palates and hair lips, which is the charity that close to my heart support. So until next time, keep on creating, and I hope you enjoy this little project. Bye for now.